Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Christian, and welcome back to another RF Online video. For today's video, we're back in the RF Philippines private server, and we're gonna have a beginner's tutorial. Specifically, we're gonna talk about the three races and a short description of the classes. So, a beginner's guide has been requested a couple of times already in the channel. Let's start with this one. Well, I am at the Kora Alliance, which is one of the three races here in RF Online. But let's log out and let's go to the character selection, character create screen. And I'll give you a short description of the three races and the classes, to help you decide which race or class you want to use. I'm using the Vanadium skin, so my RF looks different. I'll just post a link in the description how to use it. But this is still RF Online Philippines. So let's go to the login screen. Let's go to an empty slot so we can discuss the characters and the races. First, let's talk about the Bellato Federation. Basically, these guys use a combination of technology, so they have robots, and they use magic. Let's go to the four classes which you can choose. First, let's talk about the warrior class. So they're mostly used as tanks, but they can also be used for DPS and PvPing. I think warriors are overall the best when it comes to beginners. If you notice in my channel, I mostly used warriors in the past. And specifically for Bellato Berserkers, they have good DPS. So the warrior attack types are good. Now let's go to the rangers. So for the Bellato Rangers, they mostly use guns and firearms. They have low cooldown of skills. They have high critical chance, and they are dodgers, so very agile. They're also very good. Next up, the Mystic or Mages. The Bellato Mages are very good supports because they have healers. Specifically, once you reach level 30 and level 40, you can use, I think, two kinds of heals. And then there's also a basic or expert force skill which you can use to heal. So a Mystic Bellato has three kinds of heals. They're very good support and they're very hard to kill, especially in the end game. And last, specialists. The specialists can craft armors, weapons, ammunition, and the Bellato specialists can use the massive armored units, which are the big robots you seen earlier. They're very strong, they're good for PvP and pit boss hunting. They're just kind of expensive to maintain. You need a lot of in-game currency. So, for example, you try to make a character. For the Bellato Union, you can choose between male and female. The hair, the face, upper, lower, arms, and feet actually don't really matter much, but I understand why some people would like to choose a specific look for their characters. Eventually in the game, you're going to be wearing armor, and you won't be seeing your characters like in their original clothes. But their faces will be, they will retain it. That's about it. If you want to choose Bellato, you can choose Bellato. Let's go now to the Accretia Empire. These are all robots. They don't use any magic, but they're very good. They only have three classes. Warriors, these are very tanky. In my opinion, they are the toughest. Their armors have higher defense than Kora and Bellato. Very hard to kill. Next up, the Rangers. They have their gunners, which are, in my opinion, the strongest when it comes to one-on-one. Their gunners use flamethrowers and missile launchers. They can kill you with one skill. So if you're a spender, you want to be strong, deadly, best for you to use a ranger gunner. And last, they have their specialist. Very good, very annoying supports. They have debuffs that are not found in Bellato and Kora. And they can cast Nimble Joint, which can increase the movement speed of allies, which can't be debuffed. So these are very good supports. So they don't use any magic, only technology, so that's why they don't have any mystic classes. So for the Accretia, there's only male robots. There are no female robots. And like I said, the color of their body doesn't really matter much because you'll be wearing armor eventually. So that's about it for the Accretia Empire. If you like robots, you can choose that. Now, last but not the least, my personal favorite, this is the Kora Alliance, or Holy Alliance Kora. Mostly Kora doesn't use any robots, no technology, only magic and pure faith. So they're very nice. They look like elves, Warrior classes, the tanks are also good. They have Life Leech, which can be used to life steal from monsters. Very helpful when you're farming and leveling. The Zealot, which is the attack type, is my personal favorite. If you checked out my channel, the last servers I played in, I used a Warrior Zealot. I love the class skill Full Swing. Very cool animation, very strong. I think Kora warriors have the highest killing potential out of all of the three warrior classes. So I'd recommend warrior classes for all of you, who want to try out Kora Alliance, which is not complicated to learn. It's also very fun. Next up, let's talk about the ranger classes of the Kora Alliance. Rangers in Kora mostly uses bows and arrows. So one thing I like about the Kora Rangers, they have a buff which increases their attack range, so you can snipe enemies. If you, for example, fight 1v1 a Bellato Ranger or an Accretia Gunner, you can reach them, but they can't reach you from a certain distance. So that's one advantage of the Kora Ranger. And also, Kora Rangers are the only classes in Kora which have a net, which you can use to stop enemies from moving. So they're very important, and there aren't many Rangers in Kora, so their gears are kind of cheaper. Now next up, the specialty of the Kora Alliance. This is the Mystic class, Mages. Specifically the Summoners. They're very good because you can be an attack type. You can use the Isis or Hecate to be a DPS, PvP type. You can use Inanna to be a support type because Inanna can be used to heal. And you can use the Paimon to tank monsters, so you can level up or farm by yourselves. So summoners are very all around. They're just a bit hard for beginners, so maybe don't use mages or mystic classes when you're a newbie. And last, the specialists. These are mostly for support, but you can also use them for farming. They can also use weaker versions of the summons, so they have weaker Inanna, Isis, and Hecate, and they can resurrect your fellow race members. Can you be used for crafting? So very good supports. You can try that too, but not if you're a beginner. If you're a newbie, maybe try a warrior or a ranger first. So yeah, that's about it. Of course, male and female you can choose from them in the Kora Alliance. Their clothes are kind of vulgar, so anyway, like I said earlier, you won't be seeing your characters naked because you'll be wearing armors in most parts of the game. And also, last tip, once you're naming your character, try not to choose a character name which is very hard, very long, or which has special characters. Because, for example, when you're leveling already, when the party leader can't type your character, they won't invite you. So it's hard to find a party. And also, if you're trading, buying and selling, if they can't PM you, it's kind of hard, so you'll miss out on some deals. So yeah, I guess that's about it for this short tutorial about the races and the classes here in RF Online Philippines. Just check out my other videos if you have further questions, because there's a lot in the channel. Well, with that said, don't forget to drop a like if you like the video, comment down if you have questions, share to your friends, and subscribe for more RF Online videos. My name's Xtian, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.